morning, guys. Another class discussion. So I do a lot of trainings at work, and I go through different scenarios of different situations. I work in the HVAC industry, especially in the designing of HVAC, equipment, mostly residential type units and small, like commercial. But our discussion for today is how much effort do you really put into your work, like your job? Like, how much is there? Let's break it down a little bit. What I mean is, do you give everything you got while you're at work? Or do you just give enough to be noticed slightly, or to feel better, above someone else? Do you strive to be number one, or do you strive to be the best you can be? Now, in my, past couple of years of working, I've seen almost every aspect of what you could be doing. Let's say for myself, I have no. I don't judge myself to anybody else as like I need to be better than you. I guess you want to call it Mr. Know-It-All, but I just want to know it all. I don't really care about how much if I know more than you. That doesn't change the fact of, that doesn't change anything for me. If you know more than me, besides I want to know what you know and how you learned it and what did you do to obtain that knowledge. And I would return the favor. I would share it. I want everybody to build up around me. I like the atmosphere of my mind and my capabilities are surrounded by me. Like, I like that, or better than me. But what type of person are you? Like, what does it matter? I guess to a certain extent, your pay is affected by it, right? But there's a level where it's no longer affected, meaning that you can give, in some applications, 50% of your effort, and you're getting your 100% of your capable outcome of income. I guess more of an example is, let's say you work into the fast food industry, right? And you're a very capable person, like you're able to do a manager's position, but in your position and your available positions above you, it's just being a fry cook. And no matter how much you do, you're not going to be more than a fry cook. And then the pay range is only going to be up to $14 an hour, and you're at $13.50. And then you get your promotion to $14, and that's it. You're capped out. So do you stop, trying to be the best you can to get that promotion, or do you just slack off? Like, I'm done making my money, so this is it. I'm capped out, so I'm not going to try to be more than what I'm already doing. Or are you the type of person that's going to be just, always striving to be better? To be that, person of knowledge, or the best person that you can be. I've seen some very capable, workers not work hard. And, I always wondered, like, how can you do this to yourself? You're very capable. Why aren't you working more? Why aren't you working harder? And they didn't feel the need. Like, the current position they're in, there's no way they can advance. So why stress your body? Why stress your soul, your mind, over nothing they can control? They were to focus on everything outside of work. And, I guess I never had the opportunity. I right out of high school, went straight to the military, and then I got out of the military after 6 years, and then went straight to oil field, and then went to the HVAC industry after that, which is very demanding as well. So I always had that push to work hard, like to try to be better, and I always had available in my line of work, I already had experience already. So I already had that advantage of coming into a position with experience. So I had room to advancement. But let's say my first year at Baker Hughes oil company, I couldn't advance the first year. It's just not design of my position. You'd have 1 year of of Tech 1, they call it. So do you work hard the first 6 months or the last 3 months? To be noticed, because you won't be noticed at the last end of your 1 year mark. That way you can rank up. And some guys did that. The first 8 months, they didn't do nothing. They didn't try to learn anything. They didn't try to advance. They just did with bare minimum, not to get fired, not to get noticed. I would say that, not to get fired. They did the bare minimum, not to get noticed. Lack of work. And then by the end of their 1 year, say 8 month mark, they started shining, right? So they already seen people working, they got the knowledge already, but they started working hard. So at the end of their year, they're already shining. It was man, you're wow, you did a lot. You worked hard. You learned a lot in a short amount of time. Blah blah blah. They looked really good on paper. They advanced so much. You start from here, and now you're here. Perfect candidate for Tech 2, right? Boom, it worked out. And I was the opposite, right? I worked hard. I want to show myself, prove to my workers, and I actually was working with another guys who work with the military, and I want to show him up. I was motivation. I gotta be better than him. So I worked hard from the beginning, and I was able to, advance quicker. But not my fault, not my much. Not pay wise. What I got out of it was the self satisfaction. I got the trust of the group, right? So the majority of the workers now looked up to me. That was the main difference. I became the person of interest, but I didn't get paid more for it. So is it really worth it? Now, I think it is, my personal opinion. But to you, do you think it's worth it to get paid more? To get paid the same as someone else doing the same, type of work, but you're expected to do more because you already did more? I learned so much, and I always expected to do more with the same pay. Granted, I would get advancement first. I'll be the first looked at, but sometimes you're limited. That position was limited to a certain pay cap, and we already made more than a lot of technicians in that pay group just because of location. So asking for even more was, a bigger task for my management. So their hands were tied. The only thing that I was allowed to get was more overtime, which was, helpful. It's still, I worked more. I was getting more, but it wasn't the goal was to, everybody's job, I think, is to make more money, work less hours, right? That's the goal. But to recap, what are your thoughts on how hard do you have to work at work to get what you want? Do you need to be that, hardest worker, non-stop, isn't, playing your games to advance in your career? Or do you just do what's required to make advancement? Let's hear your thoughts.